So we watched The Killer, Netflix original with Michael Fassbender. Pretty good movie by Netflix. David Fincher direct, I believe, same director as Social Network. So it kind of gives that same cool color tones with the greens and grays and faded colors. Interesting. I think over the 2 hours, Michael Fassbender maybe says 25 words. So he narrates the entire movie. He plays an assassin, no definitive organization that he works for, but he takes out targets, mostly wealthy targets. Takes place all over, starts in Paris, goes to Dominican Republic, New York, New Orleans, Florida. So you kind of go everywhere. He's the character's very cold. He doesn't, like I said, he says 25 words throughout the whole movie. Some pretty good action scenes. Believe it or not, like he has a human interaction in the movie, but they still play it off like he only says 25 words. David Fincher says he'd be open to having a sequel. I don't think necessary, just because it's like a silent actor film, unless you're going to bring in words, but that kind of ruins the tone of what you had. The movie overall is good. Different style, like it's not a classic, Netflix makes a spy movie and it's all about the action and none about acting or script or shots or anything, but the shots are very cool. Main story of the premise, he's an assassin. He misses his target in Paris, and then he comes back to the Dominican where his wife is, and he finds his wife put in the hospital because she was attacked by, I believe, the people he was trying or assigned to kill. And then it's about him tracking them down. It's a pretty cool way to track down the way he does it and everything involved. I do suggest watching it. It's only 2 hours, so nothing crazy long, not short, not long, but a good movie. Quiet, so make sure you have the TV volume up. In other news, with Marvel, I don't know what's going on over there at Disney, but they seem to be in shambles in Marvel Studios. There's been a lot of people let go, a lot of producer changes, director changes, script rights, actors saying no. I think after Multiverse of Madness, they kind of lost their place. They created the Eternals. I actually kind of like the Eternals. But it's been how many years since the Eternals now? And they haven't discussed anything of the results of that movie. I know they're talking to Fantastic Four. They can't find someone to play Reed Richards. Obviously, they either don't want John Krasinski or John Krasinski doesn't want to do it himself. Hard rumors right now are Pedro Pascal. The man's doing everything right now. He's doing Marvel. He's doing The Last of Us, Mandalorian. I mean, the guy's great, and I wouldn't mind him playing Reed Richards, but how hard is it to cast Reed Richards? You had John Krasinski. And we all know, most likely, when Secret Wars, and I know they're trying to change everything. They don't want Kang anymore because they think he's lackluster. In my opinion, they should have just went with Doctor Doom to begin with. They haven't even done that yet. But casting, I think in Secret Wars or whatever they're going to call it now, it's in shambles. That they should just bring the original cast of Fantastic Four from Sony. I know Sony's going to be all dweebish about it for the fanfare. Chris Evans could play Human Torch. That'd be pretty funny to see. But yeah, they're I don't know what's going on over there. Obviously, the Marvels, you had the actor strike, writer strike, so the marketing wasn't there for the Marvels. But even so, the worst weekend opening ever for a franchise that's been around now for 15 years, that has hundreds and hundreds of millions of fans, and it's still not performing well. I don't know, something's going on over there. Let's see what else is coming out. What's coming out? Oh yeah. What's that movie with Nicolas Cage? What's that movie? About a dream. Dream Scenario. Yes, that comes out this weekend. I think it looks hilarious. They say it's Nicolas Cage at the top of his game. He gets to play a crazy character, which Nicolas Cage often does very well at. He hasn't done anything. He's done, like, obviously did the extreme overweight of being famous or whatever with Pedro Pascal, oddly enough. He's done like a lot of these like independent, nothing like mainstream, but this movie, it looks to be, put him back on the map a little bit more. Maybe before we get National Treasure 3 news. I know there's always rumors floating around National Treasure 3. I tried watching the show, watched about 2 episodes of it. I hate when studios take content and they try to change it to new age look. Like National Treasure, they had set pieces and it was realistic. There wasn't like massive CGI, but I don't know. The National Treasure show was more like, I don't even know how to explain it. It just like wasn't the same style and vibe. Like I know they try to go for, whatever their audience is now, but at the same time, you had the good thing running, so why don't keep the good thing running? I hate when they do change up and, like when a show gets, the first season is usually rugged, or obviously the budget's less, but it's, they change up. Like 13 Reasons Why did that first 2 seasons, and I know maybe it's because Selena Gomez wasn't a producer on the later seasons, but in season 3 and 4 they changed cameras and a little bit of the style they shot, so it kind of made it like more high quality, which was actually worse. You guys know what I'm saying, when seasons get too much money and then they just throw everything at it to make it look good and good and good, and it actually takes away from what the original feel of the show was. But The Killer's good. I'm hoping to hear good news about Fantastic Four, because it has all the potential. They've made 2 different series of the Fantastic Four. Original, a sequel that everyone loved. I don't care what anyone says. The reboot. I know there's some rough stuff on that, but I don't think it's really that hard. You have great characters. You basically have a Hulk. You have a flying man, a stretchy man, an invisible woman. Like, they already have those, what they can do with those types of people. So, like, it's not that hard to do. I just think Marvel in general is in shambles. They need a hit. They haven't had, basically what they need is Spider-Man 4 to be released as soon as possible. And I know even Blade, they wanted to make Blade, I guess the original idea or the script was a woman lead in Blade, and Mahershala Ali, sorry if I butchered it, was like, no, I'm Blade, I'm the main character, what are you doing? And then they had to like rewrite, and then at least it's going to be rated R. Blade needs to be rated R, and that movie, hopefully, like the original Blade trilogy, saves Marvel Studios, because they're going to need it to bring back hype. I feel like the Thursday night early release night hit, it's gone. For those of you that saw No Way Home in theaters, you know what it was like opening night. It was crazy. Multiverse of Madness was the same way too. But after that, it just like, I think Marvel promised too much in that time period. Because they had so many big hits. Like, you went Endgame, No Way Home, Multiverse of Madness, and then I think it was Black Panther was first. Yeah, I think Black Panther was before Thor. And Black Panther was good, but I think they kind of fudged up with, because everyone expected, oh, now every movie's going to have a crazy cameo. Every movie's going to have all this crazy stuff, multiverse links, when no, like, Black Panther's Black Panther. Why is he suddenly involved in multiverse when it doesn't need to be? There's only a few people that need to be involved in multiverse, and they have it right. So I think that is what started the downturn. And there's so much content. Like, obviously they have, all the shows they've made. Like, they've made so many TV shows, so it's a lot of content. It's almost like you get sick of too much content. But I haven't seen the Marvels yet. I'm going to see it. I've seen every movie in theater since 2008, so I gotta watch that. I didn't even mean to make this the main topic of this episode, but sometimes you got to when you're just disappointed. Just disappointed. End of the year is shaping up good for the Oscar movies. I haven't watched the new. Next week, I start watching my Christmas movies a month out from Christmas. I don't like starting it too early, or then I start rewatching, or I give up too early. But I like doing 30 days. So next weekend I'll probably start. I start with something light. Start with something light for sure. I go probably something like Deck the Halls with Matthew Broderick. That, or even like a light TV show, even something lighter than that. Like Deck the Halls is pretty Christmassy, but it's not like instant classic. Like when I start getting closer to Christmas, like that's when you start playing Home Alone. You start doing Christmas, the Cranks, Santa Claus, Jingle All the Way. The real good classic, Christmas Vacation. But that'll start next week after the Thanksgiving weekend. After Thanksgiving weekend, I've got a lot of movies to see. I'm busy, so I won't be able to go to the movies, unfortunately. But, a couple movies here, a couple movies there won't hurt anybody. What to do about that? Oh yeah, I guess I didn't watch the Santa Claus series last year. I don't even know why. I love the Santa Claus movie, but I didn't watch it. But I know they got a second season, so obviously it's time to catch up. Maybe do a binge day, watch the whole series, feel Christmassy. Another thing Netflix has done is now they have a section where you can go, and Disney Plus has the same thing also, a section where you go Christmas episodes, and all, like, for example, Netflix has The Office in Canada, and they have all the Office Christmas episodes. They did the same thing for Halloween, and they take it from all shows across the thing. Disney is obviously a lot better because you get all the cartoon Christmas special episodes, all their live action, everything. So that'll be cool to do it. And I thought of that years ago. I said, why can't I make a playlist on Netflix that is sorry, I'm shaking my camera all over here. I know my finger's been in the thing a couple times. I've always thought, why couldn't I make a playlist or more like I guess more of a queue than a playlist. Say, okay, play this episode, this episode, this episode, this episode. Sometimes I don't want to binge same shows. Make it more like old school TV. You know what I'm saying? But so that's kind of what these show Christmas episodes about. They should be. Netflix, if you ever see this video, make a queue. Let me make a queue of random episodes of random TV shows. Got that? All right. That's everything for today. Marvel's in shambles. Moral of the story: go watch The Killer on Netflix. Pretty good movie. Different. It's not John Wick shoot 'em up. It's honestly almost a silent film, but still very good. Go watch it. Have fun. Watch a movie every day. See ya.